Pakistan opened their account in the series with a very average start against Zimbabwe, winning by 5 wickets and 4 balls to spare.
Winning shot. Credit to Zimbabwe for making this a happening game.
Sri Lanka's start to the series was their lowest point. They were bundled out by Zimbabwe for only 95 runs and left with a mountain to climb.
And he bowls in the Yorker fittingly. It is Evans who hits the stumps. Zimbabwe with a thumping victory.
Match 3 saw Pakistan up their game, beating Sri Lanka by 7 wickets. Glimpses of brilliance from Sahibzada Farhan and Mohammad Nawaz helped Pakistan to a 7-wicket win.
Absolutely loving it here is Mohammad Nawaz.
Pakistan continued their winning form into match 4, defeating Zimbabwe by 69 runs thanks to Usman Tariq taking the glory with a hat-trick.
On a hat-trick, 4th T20 international hat-trick for Pakistan. Usman Tariq has been brilliant.
Sri Lanka then started to find some form of their own with a 9-wicket win over Zimbabwe, courtesy of a masterclass batting performance by opener Patul Nisanka.
Magnificent hit. It's done and dusted.
Sri Lanka managed to tip the scales in the final round-robin match, beating Pakistan by 6 runs and cementing a place in the final ahead of Zimbabwe.
Shamira's done it! Sri Lanka qualify for the final.
Sri Lanka go into today's match with a psychological edge and winning form. Let's find out if they can hold their nerve against a well-balanced, strong Pakistan side. Good evening and welcome to the KFC Presents Vigotel Mobile Tri-Nation Series. It's the final today at the Pindi Cricket Stadium and the teams are on your screen. Pakistan and Sri Lanka locking horns. Hello and welcome to the pitch side. Now, whatever you've done in this Tri-Nation before today is just irrelevant. Maybe for the numbers and for the confidence level, yes, it matters. But it's all about what you do today in those 40 overs out there in the middle. And that will decide who will take the trophy. Now, we've been talking about how the progression has been in the Tri-Nation. Sri Lanka has really started getting that confidence. They beat Zimbabwe and then day before yesterday, Pakistan by 6 runs. And they surely do have, as we say, momentum on their side. Can they repeat that, what they did just the other day? For that and all the other chats, I've got Uruj, Mumtaz, and of course Russell Arnold alongside me. Now I'm being told, before I say anything else, they're very close to the toss. So how are you guys feeling today?
Brilliant. Game on?
Of course.
Oh, bring it on.
So it's going to be a very silly question for me to ask who's going to win. You would want Sri Lanka to win?
Yeah, I think Pakistan will win the toss.
Win the toss?
Yes.
That's all they're going to get. Okay. Just a quick one from both of you before we hit that. If you're the captain from Sri Lanka, what would you do as far as the toss goes?
I think I'll look to chase. The pitch looks good. There's a bit of shine on it, and hence the ball will come through. It gets harder at night with the dew, and then again the cold. So I think it'll suit Sri Lanka for their game if they do chase today.
And how about Pakistan?
Yeah, I think Pakistan as well would like to chase. I know runs in a big final matter and you put the pressure on to the opposition side, but with the dew, a bit of a hit and miss. Pakistan very good with chasing, and this is the better of the two surfaces, and they've got runs on either side with batting and chasing. So I think both teams would like to chase first in the final.
I remember Russell said he'd like to go with the same team, if I'm not wrong.
No reason to change. I think Sri Lanka will maintain that winning combination, and also those places they can look at. Pavan has not got an opportunity yet, so how do you leave him out?
Okay. We'll talk more about the 11, come to Rouge as well, but now we are very close to the toss. We've got Ramiz Raja out there in the middle and the two captains all set and ready with the flip of the coin.
Two best sides have made it to the final of the Tri-Nations. We've got the two captains and Rion King is the match referee. Salman Ali Agha has the coin. He's found it in his pocket. Here we go. Dasun has called heads. What have you decided to do?
We're going to bowl first.
This is a different pitch, grassless. Will take a little bit of spin, I guess.
Well, it's been like that. Like it's not a typical Pindi pitch, but still been very very good. Like say 170, 180 kind of a pitch. And with the dew coming, it's always like helping dew, like playing a big part. So we're just hoping it'll come and play a part as well.
What do you need to beat Sri Lanka?
We just need to play good cricket. We have been playing really good cricket. We just want to make sure we execute our plan of 40 overs. And I think if we do that, we're good enough side to beat anyone.
I mean, they're promising signs. You've been winning a lot of matches of late. This is a knockout punch now, and it has its own kind of pressure. How will you deal with the knockout pressure?
To just like make sure we just deal this game, another game, because these are the kind of game. If you deal another game, it'll help you. Because if you start thinking, oh, it's a final, then it can like go either way. So but we want to deal this game like another game and just play over potential and execute our plan 40 over.
The last game was a mixed bag for you guys because, you know, you couldn't finish the game in the end, but some highs and lows. And what do you think that is needed as a wholesome package for Pakistan to become a very good T20I team?
Most of the time, whenever we play, when we start well in the bowling and batting in first power play, we mostly win the game. I think we need to look on that and keep starting well the game when it's come to bowling or batting. And whenever we do that, we mostly win the game. So this is something we need to do every single time when we play.
Last question, any team changes?
We have one change. Shane is back, Wasim is not playing.
Fantastic, have a good one. Right, you've got to front up on two fronts maybe. The cold and then beating Pakistan. I mean, how are you feeling about it?
See, cold is not a big problem at the moment since we are used to the conditions. Yeah. You know, beating Pakistan, they have been a good side in this competition. And of course, we got the confidence from the last game that we batted first and have defended the total. Of course, the confidence is there, but different game. We are ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've got Pakistan exactly where you wanted them. It's a knockout game. So knockout game will have its own kind of pressure. And so you want Pakistan to feel that pressure, right?
Of course, any of the teams want to feel that pressure for the opposition. But certainly, as I mentioned, we need to make sure that we are nailing the basics right, especially when it comes to the end of the competition.
Yeah. You need to get the basics right with the bat first. What do you make of the pitch and how many runs should be enough?
For me, 160 always been a good total. Anything beyond that is a plus for me. I expect something like 160, 70 on this pitch.
Any team changes?
Nothing, same team.
Okay. Have you enjoyed the tour to Pakistan? I mean, how's it been for the guys, for the team and for yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a guy who always enjoy Pakistan. I've been here 4 or 5 times, so even for the PSL. So I enjoy the company with the players and of course the security. It's been amazing. Thankful to all the army who provided us the facilities.
Yeah. Thank you so much and have a good one.
Cheers, thanks.
Right then, Pakistan have won the toss and elected to field. And now Pommy Mbangwa comes into the picture, into the equation. Now this is a drastically different looking pitch, right, Pommy? There's hardly any grass on it.
No grass at all, and a whole lot of cracks as you kind of expect, because this is what we've seen. We're back on it, 195, 162 I think it was, and there's a 128 as well. In terms of averages with regard to the pitch, you look at it and you might think of that, but I think you've got to put that out of your mind and you've got to essentially assess on the day. My expectation is that first up, it might be a little bit sticky, Ramiz, as I look at it. Yes, there's a bit of a sheen. It's almost as if it's a sheen trying to come out, but not quite there. And I reckon as we go along, because it's been sealed and they're trying to hold it together, it might just be a little bit sticky and then it gets that little bit better. So with the bowlers, I think on this length that we've been on about, they might have some joy.
Yeah. What about batting, though? I mean, what shots to play on a surface like this?
I think initially, you kind of have to get the pace of it. I think it's going to be slow. The expectation is not necessarily that it'll come through quickly. Generally, up at the front, I think the batters are looking for what's over-pitched and short. I don't think you want to be trying to force any shots because the ball might not arrive early. So if you get in, then you can make and you probably want to be looking more square than straight early on if the length is actually a good one. Also, if one does hit the crack, you kind of have to practice forgetting stuff.
Yeah.
With batters, they've got to kind of
Not play the pitch.
Yes, don't play the pitch, play the ball. So that one's gone. Can you kind of wait for one that ends up on a piece that's not got a crack on it and comes through nicely enough for you to be able to play? So assess first up, and then post that 160 odd, then you can go on with your game.
I like the scarf, by the way.
Thank you very much. I'm warmer now.
Absolutely right. So we are warming up to this final as well. So Pakistan then have to bowl well, pick wickets up front because they won the toss and decided to bowl first.
Well, here we are. Russell was right. Pakistan is going to win the toss and also that they will decide to bowl first. Now, I'm just going to bring my guests and their attention to the comment that you usually hear from various captains. Now, Salman said, I'm just going to treat it as just another game. I understand you want to convey that to the opposition, but what happens really behind the scenes, you do feel that you don't want to end up on the losing side of a series.
100%. The wins matter, but tournament wins matter even bigger. Especially, remember, this is a lead up into the T20 World Cup, and it will be against in Sri Lanka. One of the oppositions will be Sri Lanka. Zimbabwe will be there as well. So any tournament, you want to finish with the icing on the cake. Now, Pakistan obviously were hit by a very well-oiled Sri Lankan side a couple of days ago. But Pakistan, I think, by and large, have played a better tournament. They've got more match winners through their side, and they've played plenty of games batting and chasing. So I think they will have confidence, but it's never really just a game, is it?
When you look at Sri Lanka, just from that win by 6 runs, you see a more relaxed dugout. You don't want to finish last in a 3-team tri-nation kind of a thing. So when you look at Dasun Chanaka and the toss, you feel that he's not really much bothered about losing the toss today.
No, it doesn't come down to the toss at all. What I noticed from Salman Ali Agha was he's very different. He was very talkative, he was loud, and he was trying to portray that they're calm. So that tells me there are nerves within which Sri Lanka can pick on. I'm getting things right here today, I'll tell you. It's a good toss to lose because there's a shine on this pitch. It's dry and they mentioned no grass. So I think early on, it's going to slide onto the bat, and unlike the previous days, you're going to be able to hit through the line. And moment that shine goes off, maybe there'll be a bit of turn, which we've seen more on this pitch than the other one. So it might just suit Sri Lanka, just go through the basics. Dasun was right, target 170. If things go well, you go from there. You want to be staying in the game. So I'm telling you, it's going to be game on here. And what happened previously just doesn't matter.
Just doesn't matter. What matters is that we have to take a break because that's why we're here. And when we come back, we'll look into the playing 11 of the two sides and lots more to just get a closer look of what's in store for the final. Welcome back once again to Pitch Side, and for those who are just joining us, Pakistan have won the toss. They've decided to field first in this final against Sri Lanka here at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Let's have a quick look at the playing 11. Since Sri Lanka is batting first, I'll request Russell Arnold to run us through.
Well, the team feeling a lot better about themselves with performances coming from everywhere. The top order has fired. Nisanka in one. Kamil Mishara showed us what he can do, which was very refreshing. Kusal Mendis was also amongst the runs. Now the middle order needs to fire as well so that they can go on and get that big score. Chanaka with the ball has been useful. Hasaranga, Chamira, outstanding. Tikshana and Malinga come into it, then there will be a handful. But before we move on, Sikand, I'd like to add a lot of things on these players' minds. They've got themselves up into the final, but also with what's been happening back home in Sri Lanka. A lot of devastation with the floods, landslides, a lot of people losing lives. But they are sticking together, they're pulling themselves together. They're also going to be donating match fees and tour fees to try and help out. But most importantly, thoughts and prayers with their countrymen. And today, they want to put on a show. At this stage, in this mental state, they know how valuable this will be to fans back home and people back home. The only little bit of happiness they might have at this stage.
Yeah, you're right about that. And good you mentioned it because all the people in Pakistan, of course, the team Pakistan, all our prayers are with the people of Sri Lanka. Uruj, the Pakistan side, one change.
Yeah, one change. Shaheen Shah Afridi, who only played the first game of the Tri-Series, missing 3 games due to a minor foot injury, makes his way back into the side in place of Mohammad Wasim Jr. But apart from that, even for Pakistan, top orders got runs. Saibzada Farhan leading his run scorer in the tournament. Babar's got runs, Salman's got runs, Usman and Fakhr in that middle order to seal the deal in that middle phase. But for the bowling lineup of Pakistan, they've got the three seamers in Shaheen, Salman Mirza, Nawaz and Abrar, who've been both very, very good with the spin. So once again, Pakistan looking very good, and it seems like this is the preferred 11 that we've had a conversation with Sikandar a couple of times in terms of their rotations. But it just seems like every time there's a big game, this is the 11 they put up.
Yeah, that would have been my question. Now, Shaheen hasn't played 3 matches in this Tri-Nation because of that toe injury. Would you get him back because it's the all-important final? Sometimes we do say that you have to not ignore the reputation of a certain player, but how do you see this change?
I think the change also comes from the fact that Mohammad Wasim Jr., who had been bowling, is gone for plenty and has only picked up 1 wicket in the 3 games he's played. So the change almost becomes for a given. Yes, sometimes you can't ignore the reputation, and Shaheen Shah Afridi in this last couple of series, South Africa, Sri Lanka ODIs, just looks more in rhythm, more in control of his lines and lengths, getting the ball to turn, swing a little bit through the air as well. But I think also because Wasim Jr. didn't pick up the number of wickets that the dugout must have hoped for, and Shaheen now fully fit, last game of the tournament, big match, the change makes sense.
But the miss will be, Sikandar, that the Sri Lankans can now hit it anywhere and run 2s and 3s. There's no one to run them out. That's the positive.
Okay, let's talk about Sri Lanka. And I've been looking at the dugout, especially in that last game, and I've never seen Sana Jayasuriya so involved and tensed. Even when he used to be out there batting, he would be aggressive. Now, how much of his role or shades of his batting do you see in that top 4 that Sri Lanka is playing nowadays?
Well, they can't match him. He's a very different player who, you know, you try to emulate, you're going to struggle. Kusal Perera, some instances, molded his game in that, but you don't get the same results. But there is a lot of flair. There's a lot of strength in that batting order. It's just about striking the balance. Now, Kamil Mishara the other day got that balance right with hitting the ball hard and the soft hands for the singles. If they keep going, they can really put on a show for us. They're very entertaining to watch, I must say, when they get going.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look at that batting card from that last game, which Sri Lanka won by 6 runs. It was a brilliant T20 match. Just looking at the number of deliveries faced by batters from each side, and again brings my question, the importance of over number 7 and 15, that chunk, that core, that's the one that will set you that target of 170 or 160 that you're looking for. And for that, I think Sri Lanka would really be looking at okay score, not losing too many in that power play.
Yeah, they haven't played spin well, not only here, but over the last couple of years. But that time they handled Abrar well. They didn't go for much, but they were able to milk him. That's the difference for the Sri Lankan team to take that score elsewhere. But from Pakistan's point of view, they showed a lot of strength, Sikandar. They might have lost it, but they were in a position from where they had no right to get close to Sri Lanka. Chamira's brilliance is what got it at the end, but to even come to that stage, it shows what a lot of strength that Pakistan team has.
Yeah, great. So now you're all set and ready for that important final, and we're all set to see some great action out here. I'll thank Uruj and thank Russell Arnold for being here with us. We're expecting big numbers. They'll come in and support their side. We've seen quite a bit of support for Sri Lanka here as well. So the important final, the 40 overs, let's get entertained. Pakistan have won the toss and decided to field.